What's up, you guys? It's me, Kiafa. Welcome to another video, or welcome to my video if you haven't been to my channel before. I hope everybody's doing well. And look, we're in the OR today. I love this OR. This OR is so pretty, you guys. Like, it's big, it's bright. I like it when I can see. Like, it sucks when you like in an OR and like the lights are dim, but this is a nice, pretty facility. This bed right now has a I can show y'all real quick. It has the attachment. We have a hip, we got a hip scope on Monday, and this is we put the patient's legs in here. It has holsters which are over here. These will go on the bed, and then we'll put the patient leg in traction to do the scope. But that's what you see right here. That bed was made, and they came and put the traction attachment on it when I was at lunch, and so I need to take it off. I don't know why it was on there, but anyways, I'll take it off. And yeah, so we getting ready for Monday. We got a hip on Monday, obviously, but I wanted to talk to y'all about how to become a surgical tech. Like, this is a question that I got too, and really, how, like, y'all already know, or if you don't know, I already made a video about I became a surgical tech through the Navy. So the way that I'm about to tell you isn't how I did it, but it's definitely how I would do it if I had to do it all over again. Okay, so first thing is you have to be a high school graduate. There is no age requirement. It's just the fact that however old you are when you graduate, then you can just go straight into the program if you have a diploma. So if you graduated at 16 and you want to be a surgical tech, you could be a surgical tech as long as you got your high school diploma. So you get your diploma, and then you have to choose between going to a community college or a vocational college, which is also private. Most vocational colleges are private. Most vocational colleges are private colleges, okay? So it's gonna be a huge price difference between going to a community college and a vocational or private college, okay? If you go to a community college, typically they only let in a certain amount of people, so there may be a waiting list, but the cost is extremely lower. It's about $7,000 to become a surgical tech at a community college. At a vocational or private college, it's almost $30,000, depending on how much you need to borrow. And then that's another thing. Some people have to borrow money, like they'll get student loans. My advice is to not get a student loan, you guys, because for one, you have to pay that money back, and the amount of interest that occur over the course of time, it's kind of hard to keep up with the payments unless you're making large payments. So I know a lot of people that are in tons of student loan debt because of going to either a surgical tech school, or some of the physicians have a lot of debt because they went to medical school, and the same thing with anesthesiologists and nurses. So if you don't have money, most people get a loan. If your family don't have money, then you'll go to a school, and the school will offer you a loan through whoever they have a contract with, whatever bank, whatever institution. The problem is, guys, that business model sets the person up for failure, in my opinion. Like, I try to avoid student loan debt. Like, it's not necessary because you can really find some way, another means to go to school. One of the things that I would suggest is going to clipping out of all of your prerequisites. So when you go to the community college or whatever college you want to go to, when you go to their website, and you can go to the program that you're getting information about. Once you go to the program, it'll tell you the prerequisites and everything, and the course breakdown. Once you see that, I would go over to a site like study.com, and I would clip out of those courses. Hold on, guys. I think my camera is like, I don't know, it just seems blurry or something. I don't know, but go over to study.com. On study.com, you can pay $200, and you can take up to 2 courses within 1 month. So you pay the $200, but 2 courses, So if you need to take English 1 and English 2 for $200, you can have it done in a month. And it's set up just like an online college, like how if you would take an online course, I mean, it's set up just like that. So you have a syllabus, you have outlines, you take little practice, you do little practice things, and then at the end of all that, you take the exam. And once you're done with the exam, you take the exam on your laptop or computer at home in a room by yourself. And once you're done with the exam, you basically have completed the course, and then you can move on to the next course. And I say do that. If you spend $1,000, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, you can take, for 5 months, you can take 10 courses for $1,000 and be done. And then you can go ahead and go to a college, a community college preferably, and complete the surgical tech program. Once you completed the program, most schools, from what I understand, they offer the exam inside of the program, so you can take your surgical tech certification at the school once you've completed the program, and then they'll pay for it, because it's like $300 if you aren't a AST member. If you are an AST member, then it's $200. But once you do all that, then you can go either get a job. You can also get a job without being certified. I was not certified for years, and then I decided that I was going to get certified because I wanted more like leadership roles and things like that. And so I went ahead and got certified, but it's not necessary. And there's plenty of surgical techs that work that don't have it. What I'll say is that if you don't have your certification and you don't have experience, you're going to get like a lot, well, not a lot less, but your pay will be lower than if you were to have your certification and no experience, because some places pay between 50 cents and $2 more for your certification. Some places don't, you know, and really I think it's kind of jacked up if they don't acknowledge your certification, because you did have to go through that learning experience and you had to take the test, and you should be rewarded for being, you know, having a certification. At least that's how I feel. But once you have completed certification, then I would go and apply to a hospital. And once you apply to the hospital, this is what I do. Even now, like if I was to go work for somewhere and it was like at a hospital, I would call the OR and ask to speak to the nurse manager or the department head, like whoever is in charge of hiring. I would normally ask to speak to the nurse manager because they normally do the hiring or at least interviewing. So I would ask to speak to the nurse manager, and I would let them know that I'm following up on an application that I had submitted, and I wanted to know if they had a chance to look at it. Some places allow you to call straight to the OR, and some people, like some places don't allow you to call straight to the OR, but I would just try my luck. If you are having that's if you're having a hard time finding a job. I do know a lot of people that get jobs right out of school. They might end up working where they do their externship. But if you don't and you're looking for a job, for one, you can go, like I said, call them. And for two, you got to network, because what I know for a fact, it's not always what you know, it's who you know. And if you know the right people in the right places, then you can typically find a good job or a job. So that's what I would do if I was looking for a job as a surgical tech. And that's basically how you become a surgical tech, you guys. Some people offer, certifications, and some people offer degrees. If you get a degree, you will have to go through the whole, prerequisite courses and things like that, which I feel like is a better route, because if you wanted to further your career later, all of your prerequisites are done. You can just kind of pick up wherever that program needs you to pick up, versus if you do a certification and you will have to actually take all of your prerequisites, which are basically the same across the board. Like prerequisites basically are very standard courses at most colleges. So I would just say, you guys, once you get done, once you decide that you want to be a surgical tech, find a community college. I would even suggest you waiting to be accepted into the program versus going to a vocational college. I just feel like the price is too high, and the student loan debt is just not really, that serious. Really, if you needed to borrow money, like, I would just find a different route than to borrow it from a bank. Like, that just wouldn't be, yeah, no. No, it's just so many horror stories of people having so much debt, and then they're stuck with all this debt, and then there might be in a career that they don't even like, and then you got all this debt, you know, from taking this class that you didn't, going through this program that you don't even really want to work in ultimately. So yeah, you guys, that's all I have for this video. I'm about to make another one, so I'm not gonna make this one real long. I've been trying to keep them down. But yeah, if you have any questions on how to become a surgical tech, just drop me a question in the comment below, the comment section below, or you can inbox me. I'm on Instagram and I'm on here mostly. So between Instagram and YouTube, you should be able to get in contact with me. But yeah, you guys, that's all I have. It's not super hard. Most programs, like I say, at community college, they do have waiting lists, but I would just use that time to complete prerequisites outside of that by going to a website or another institute that offers you the clip out of those prerequisite courses. Okay, you guys, so like I said, if you have any questions, just ask me and I'm more than willing to answer you. Okay, so I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next video, and yeah, bye.